All right, Gary Wilson here. I've got a little random message here for Snooker Loopy. Got the lyrics here. I'm guessing you want us to sing the song. Absolutely, not a problem. Snooker Loopy, not so we, me and him and them and me. We'll show you what we can do with a load of balls in a snooker queue. Pop the reds in, screw back for the yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. Snooker Loopy, not so we, we're all Snooker Loopy. Cheers, guys.
Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Snooker Loopy podcast. My name is Tom Mayhew and what a wonderful day at the Crucible. Did history happen? World records broken? Was a young man the new hero of the sport? There's only one way to find out, and that's to watch the match. But we'll be covering it anyway, because my name is Tom Mayhew and I'm here with my very, very good friend. It's Joe, the man, Hannard.
Well, a very good evening, Hazel, Seema, Jason and Kyren. And good evening, everybody at home. And Richie Passad, sorry for forgetting you there, me lad. How you doing, Tom?
I'm good. I mean, there was a new, I think new for the World Championship commentator in Mr. Stuart Bingham today. He was doing co-commentary with Dennis Taylor. I'd like to imagine they both were in their swimwear while they did it. I don't really know.
Yeah, I believe they have installed a new hot tub in the Crucible Theatre just for Dennis. Actually, you thought I was going to say it was for Stuart Bingham, but no, it's for Dennis. It's part of the preservation measures.
Well, that's why Bingham has started doing commentary. He didn't even want to do it, but he just heard there was a hot tub, so he turned up in his swim shorts. They thought, well, we may as well let him stay. So.
Good old bingo, hey. But no, good that they're trying out some new commentators. I mean, I didn't listen to any of that commentary, but I presume you did, Tom. How was he in the box?
I mean, it's tricky for me to say. As someone, everyone knows I adore Stuart Bingham, but you can tell he's quite new. You can tell he's not quite sure what his commentary voice should be. And so it's always a bit of a strange one at the World Championships, because in my head I'm going, should we have someone this new at the World Championships? But then again, I guess it makes sense to get a former world champion on commentary at the World Championships, so he's great for that bit. I think he's still finding his feet a bit, but he knows the game inside out, so I'm sure he'll get there.
Yeah, and I believe they've still not had Rob Walker yet. I think they must have appointed Lee Walker and given him all of the matches that Rob Walker was meant to have. Maybe that's what's happened. There's been a mishap at the BBC.
It was just a spelling mistake on the email. It just went to the wrong person. They went, we're stuck with Lee Walker now.
They just typed in W and clicked Walker, and there you go. But no, it's been a busy day, 3 at the Crucible, hasn't it? Obviously, one seismic match, I guess, that was probably drawing all of the eyes of the first round to sort of the more nerdy snooker fans like us, and I guess the wider public as well, because Stan Moody has made a lot of headlines, being Mr. Tonsillitis before the tournament, discharging himself before his final qualifier from hospital, as the story goes, and a lot of things, I suppose, were lining up as being meant to be, perhaps. He was coming out as saying he was going to be the Luke Littler of snooker and all of that. And I think you said it, didn't you? You said, is he going to put pressure on himself? And, well, at 10 o'clock this morning, he comes out and first shot of the World Championship, he knocks in a long red, clears up or at least wins the frame in one visit. And, yeah, I mean, what a first session from Stan Moody. It was very impressive.
Probably the one of the best debuts by a teenager in Crucible history, because everyone talks about, I think Ronnie was the only other teenager, British teenager who has won a match. Luca Brissell, of course, was 17, and I looked up his first qualification when he was 17. I think he won something like 5 frames. I think Ronnie's first qualification,
he played
won
Maguire in his first match, did he? Luca Brissell, was that
yeah.
right?
and Ronnie won maybe 6 frames in his first thing. So for Moody to get 7 frames actually is a very good for a teenager making your debut. Like it's kind of better than the vast majority of definitely recent people. So he did very, very well. But I do feel like he crumbled near the end. I think maybe it was just past his bedtime, Joe. I think he was just tired.
Well, you could see the tantrum he was having when his mum, as you predicted last night, his mum said, "Come on, Stan, time to go to bed," and he was like, "No, Mom," and that was that basically. Head in his hands for the rest of the night, and there'll be a few tears tonight, I'm sure. But he. Yeah, I mean, he was 6-3 up after the opening session. I think there was a big frame at the end. Kyren Wilson made it 6-3. And Kyren didn't play badly this morning. You know, I watched most of that match on my phone. And Kyren seemed to be playing quite well. So, yeah, I mean, it shows how well Stan Moody was playing. But Kyren will definitely have taken 6-3. And he will have known last year he was 6-3 up on Le Pei Fan. And we all know what happened there. So he would have went into tonight feeling confident. He came out of the blocks quite early. Probably should have won the opening frame, actually, Kyren. And ended up losing it. It went 7-3, didn't it? So that felt like a big frame. But, I mean, what happened next was unbelievable. Stan was in. He had a red along the cushion. He was 35 up with 35 on. He rattles the red in the pocket. Kyren clears up to force the respot. They have a bit of a battle on the respot, and Kyren knocks in this incredible long red. Stays down on the shot, and I was thinking if that was the big old Smurf 360, it would have been getting a big old fist pump, wouldn't it? Probably a Smurf 360 as well to go with it. But that was probably one of the turning points. And then I think it was the very next frame, Stan Moody was in again and actually won that frame. Kyren needed 3 snookers and got them. Yeah, it was... Yeah, it was bonkers, and obviously came back in that frame, and sort of from that moment on, it was curtains, really, wasn't it?
Perhaps, actually, the reason why Moody played so poorly in the second session was because Sean Murphy was, of course, at the other side of the board. He was on the other side of the arena. And so, you know, Moody knew that his illegitimate father wasn't watching him and supporting him. So maybe that was it.
Well, you know what, Tom? I actually think now he's grown up a little bit, he looks a bit more like John Higgins than Sean Murphy. But it's strange. He seems to just be morphing into different snooker players. Maybe he's a bit like a sort of snooker Doctor Who.
Oh, I mean, what a claim that is. A snooker Dr. Q. I mean, even Dr. Q.
Dr. Q.
Right, we're copywriting that straight away. That's our thing. We're copywriting that as a spin-off show of Doctor Who about a snooker player who he doesn't have the sonic screwdriver. He has the sonic Q driver.
Hey, there you go. Look at this.
He's
got his next Radio 4 show sorted.
But yeah, Sean Murphy on the other side, more of a scrappy match. I didn't watch much of it because, like most people, my eyes are on the Moody Wilson match. And just looking at the scores and seeing the odd highlights of it in between sessions, it didn't look like a great quality thing. But then you always kind of favour the seed. If they can keep the first session close, you fancy Sean to find something, don't you, in the second part of the match?
I would think so. You know, Fan Chengi's never really shown much at the Crucible. I think it's his 4th visit to the Crucible, which is quite amazing for somebody that, other than his European Masters win, he's always been sort of around the top 64, like, cut-off point. So, yeah, really interesting matchup there. Sean Murphy, obviously, he's been in a lot of headlines already this championship. He's the Champions Dinner, the Media Day, and not agreeing terms with the BBC. So even before he hit a ball, he'd been in the headlines 3 times. So I was saying this to Tom before. Obviously, we've not had a seed go out yet, but it would be the most Sean Murphy thing that he's the only one after all of this talk. We will see. I mean, I've got my Sean Murphy top on in support of him. Hopefully he does get through. We do love a bit of Smurf 360. So, yeah. But I think it was 4-3 the last time we checked that. We'll obviously keep you updated as we're on air, but when you're seeing this, the session's over anyway, so you know how it ended. But another match that ended this morning, actually, was the match against Ding Junhui and Dave Gilbert. Now, Dave Gilbert came flying out of the blocks. He was 7-2 down, got it back to 7-5, I think, before Ding sort of pushed on towards the end. But yeah, he was making a bit of a fist of that. But Ding Junhui seemed to be queuing quite well.
I wonder with Ding, and maybe this is a bold claim to make, but I wonder now that obviously he's not got the hopes of China on his shoulders to become the first world champion from China. I wonder if maybe that could sort of help him find a bit more freedom and a bit less pressure, and maybe go back to that incredible player who was once world number one, and maybe find that kind of form, because it would be very strange for him not to, at some point, even if it's at some point in the next 15 years, it'd be very weird if at some point he doesn't find that again. Not many players sort of are so good, so young, and then just dip. But you tend to think eventually he might find something again and become a real threat. So
it's quite bizarre because Ding's still only in his 30s, I think.
Is it about
he came
35? I'm going to guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was what? Was he 19 when he won his first?
Oh, I'm out. He's 39.
39. Yeah. I thought he'd be a bit closer to 40, but still in his 30s. Ding's still got, as you say, probably a good 10 years left of his career at the top. Motivation is a big thing. Has he had motivation over the last few years? I'm not sure. I think he'll be well up for the next match, though, against Zhao Xintong, and I'm really excited to actually be there for the finale of that match. I think that one could go pretty close, because Zhao wasn't amazing in the first round, was definitely there for the taking. I'd say on form, Ding played the better snooker in round one, so we'll see. We will see. I think if Ding can keep it close, it could be an absolute cracker, that one, towards the end. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing them two cross swords in round two. Obviously, in the afternoon session, we had John Higgins taking on Ali Carter, and as we sort of suspected, John really knuckled down today, didn't he? And it was a really solid performance to get himself through 10 frames to 7. But what I really wanted to talk about were the comments from Ali after the match. I don't know if you caught them.
He basically said that he accused Higgins of being a bit of a ball run. Do you know what I mean? Saying he had all the run of the ball, all the luck, and then Higgins was on air going like, "What on earth's he on about?" Do you know what I mean? So it was a bit salty from Ali. I think a bit and a bit just misplaced. I think Ali just didn't play very well. I was watching it and I didn't go, Higgins has been lucky. I thought Ali had given up for the last 3 frames at least.
Well, Ali had just started to hit, a bit like Stan Moody, just started going it for everything. His head dropped. He was shaking his head, smacking his cue, as Ali does quite often. That's why Ali has never won a Triple Crown title at the end of the day, is because of his temperament. He's got all the talent in the world, doesn't have the temperament to follow through on it. But yeah, some odd comments. And actually, while he was getting interviewed, John Higgins is walking in the background, and I thought, that's hilarious. And John Higgins went over to the Winter Garden, and the first thing he said was, "Well, Ali said I was getting away with it," and he was getting right involved. It was brilliant. So yeah, it's funny that Ali Carter is finding ways to annoy more of the class of '92 after all of these years.
Is he just trying to tick off the bingo card, making sure he's annoyed every single one of them?
Yeah, Mark Williams is up next, but he's going to be the hardest one to rattle Only Rob Walker can rattle Mark Williams. But that leaves us with one more match that was going on today, and that was, of course, Wu Yiza starting off against last year's last 16 Lei Pei Fan, who, of course, knocked out Kyren Wilson in round 1 last year. And as far as I know, it was quite a scrappy match, but Wu Yiza really came out with a strong winner. That's the biggest win in a session so far in the championships, 8-1. You would suggest that match is over.
Yeah. I'd be paying out if I was at a betting company. I'd go fair play. I don't see it would be the greatest comeback in first round history, probably if Lei Pei Fan came back, and I don't see it. And it's interesting, really, because not only have all 8 matches that have finished, the seed has won, but not only that, but they've all been not comfortable victories, but all of them, there's been like at least 3 frames between them. There's been no really close, tight finishes yet. So I wonder whether we're just being saved them all for the upcoming matches.
Well, yeah, I don't know when the last World Championship first round we'd have had without a decider. So that'll be an interesting Crucible Almanac type question, I would think. But I tell you who will be happy about the Wu Yiza match. The people that are watching him tomorrow afternoon, because if he gets it done within 2 frames, they get a whole session of Ronnie O'Sullivan on the other side of the arena. So they'll be delighted about that, I'm sure, because let's be honest, if you buy your tickets a year in advance, I'm not sure many people were thrilled when they saw Wu Yiza versus Lei Pei Fan come through for their session. That's no disrespect to them, but when you could have had John Higgins versus Ali Carter, you could have had Mark Williams, you could have had Ronnie, you could have had Kyren Stan Moody. I feel like that one you would probably be a bit disappointed about. So there you go, Tom. But it's time now for the all-important prediction scores. So let's see how we have done. So first things first, we both got 1 point for the Ding match. We both predicted Ding to win that 10-8. He won it 10-5 in the end, so much more comfortable. And we got our first prediction spot on, and it was you, Tom. John Higgins won 10-7. That's 3 points in the bag for Mr. Day 3 over there. So he's absolutely delighted. 1 point for me, sadly. Look how happy he is. And then, of course, it was looking good for me to get the Stan Moody prediction spot on, but sadly not. Tom gets another point for that. He said Kyren 10-5, so well done to Tom. Although he's in trouble because he did predict Lei Pei Fan to win 10-8, so he's in trouble in that one.
that feels unlikely.
We will see whether Lei wins 9 frames in a row tomorrow to make that prophecy come true. He's also predicted Fan to beat Sean Murphy, so it could be time for the Captain Goodspeed comeback. He always saves them for the World Championship, those comebacks where he comes from 9-4 down, potentially, to win. I don't see it happening, to be honest. I need a couple of perfect scores, I think, to get that done. But do let us know in the comments how you guys are doing as well. Coming up tomorrow, Tom, we have got Chris Wakeland, strictly Chris Wakeland, starting off his campaign against Liam Pullen in the morning. On the other side of the arena of world number 1, Judd Trump, who is entering town against Gary Wilson. Their match will go to a finish as well on at 7 o'clock. Then, of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan enters town. That's where the big buzz of the tournament will start, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people descending on Sheffield tomorrow as Ronnie gets started against He Guochang in the afternoon session alongside Wu Yiza and Lei Pei Fan. And Sean Murphy will be ending his match against Fan Zhengyi, so we'll have at least 2 results, 3 results to tell you about in tomorrow's episode. And well, we'll see how Ronnie's playing this championship. So, what are you looking forward to on day 3?
The rocket, mate. The rocket lifting off. It's the start of the tournament for a lot of casual fans. I think most people, don't always pay attention until Ronnie turns up. We're not those kind of people, but we do still love Ronnie, and I do still appreciate and get. There's an extra level of excitement when Ronnie is the man playing, and all the talk about whether he could, of course, win his 8th world title. It'd be fascinating to see whether he does. What is interesting about this championship, I think, is that we've had Sean Higgins in the last 16 as a 50-year-old, Mark Williams as a 51-year-old. Ronnie could join them, of course. And it's strange because when I look back at Steve Davis, when he reached, was it the quarterfinals at the age of 52 or 53? And he felt so much older than every other player.
Yeah.
He really did go, oh, he's like the old man of snooker.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's bizarre to have 3 people who are that age, and it's not even a surprise if they get through to the quarters. You kind of expect it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I was telling the wife about that win for Steve Davis, and I was like, oh yeah, and he was 52, and then I was like, well yeah, that doesn't mean much these days, does it? Next year we'll probably have 3 players of the age of 52 and 51 getting through the quarterfinals. So yeah, it is crazy. It shows the longevity. I think it also probably shows the improvement in, I guess, the sports psychology side of things, the amount of tournaments that they play in. I guess they've all been driving on each other as well, whereas Steve was very much on his own. But yeah, it makes you wonder if Hendry had kept on playing, could he have maybe found his form again? I guess we'll never know. But he was only 42, I think, when he retired. So yeah.
Well, I think he had the yips, though, didn't he?
He did have the yips,
that's kind of something that it does kill a career for a lot of players, which is a shame. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Ronnie tomorrow. Be interested to see whether Sean is the first seed to go out. Of course, I did predict him to lose, but I do love Sean Murphy, so I'm very torn. And I was very torn during the Moody Wilson match, because obviously I did pick Wilson, and I did kind of want Wilson to win because I thought people were getting a bit carried away and overhyped with the Moody train. But I wouldn't have minded Moody winning just because he did start so well, and I think most
playing really well.
Snooker fans recognise that if he'd gone on the run, that could have been such a big story for the sport. And I think he'll have his time. I think he'll be back. Judd Trump, of course, was a similar player who debuted at 19, and then it took him a couple of years to make the breakthrough. So Murphy, of course, 22 when he won it. There's no reason why I think Moody won't reach the single table setup before he's 25. That's what I'm going to guess.
Okay. Interesting prediction there, Tom. I guess we'll have to see. Ultimately, he needs to get himself a tournament victory, get himself into the top 16. That's what unlocks all of the sort of potential for you, because then you're getting the easier rounds, if you like, where you can sort of ease into the tournament before you're playing the likes of Kyren Wilson. What makes it difficult is that he's having to play at ranked 44 all the time. He's playing players ranked similar to himself in round 1, and then going straight on to playing a top 16 player. So yeah, all the best to him. And I have to say, his post-match interview was brilliant. So fair play to him, having a microphone shoved in his face after that, and coming out looking all right. I think fair play to him.
I would just quickly, Joe, play you a voice message my grandpa sent me when it was 7-7 between Moody and Wilson, and this is what my grandpa said. So I just thought people might enjoy this.
Hello, Thomas. Yes, I am watching it, snooker, and I agree with you that the boy Moody is some talent. He's letting it slip away, though, at the moment. He must keep that up, what he's been doing. And she's going to lose it to Kyren. See what the next few frames make. You too, Grandpa.
There we go.
Well, thank you, Grandpa Mayhew there.
Bless him. He can't say Kyren. For years he's called him Kieran. I think he called him Karen just then. Which
well, yeah, Karen Wilson. You know, that well-known wife of Cliff Wilson back in the anyway. Well, it's better than Ken Doherty going Kyren all the time. But we were talking about Sean Murphy before, Tom, and I think we've reached the point of this episode where it's time for our daily dose of Quiz Wakeland. And I am going to test you, Tom, on your knowledge of the Smurf 360. Sean Murphy. Let's see. Now, I broke the record yesterday. I got 19 points on my knowledge of Mark Williams. So let's see if you can better that today with Sean Murphy. Are you ready, Tom?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, so here is your red question. Sean has completed the career Triple Crown.
That is true.
Okay, well done. Correct. 1. Okay, pick a colour.
Yellow.
Oh, the yellow ball. He's going easy to start off. I'm just getting the answers up, so I'm ready. What is Sean's nickname?
The Magician.
The Magician, correct.
Or Smurf 360. Or Mr. Tumble.
Yeah. Oh, dear, right.
Did you see that video? There's a video of him.
It was brilliant. I was about to tag you in it, so there you go.
If anyone's not seen it, it's on Sean's Facebook, and it's basically a poster where it's got Mr. Tumble, and he goes, "Look, how am I in the same place twice at the same time?" Very, very self-aware. Very nice.
Okay, 3. Sean, back to the red. Sean represents Ireland.
False.
Correct.
He does live there, though, I believe. I believe he lives there.
He does. I think he lives in Dublin. Oh, he certainly used to. Okay, pick a colour.
Green.
Green. Oof. What was the score in the final when Sean became world champion? I know this. Will Tom know this?
18-15.
Oh, that's so close. It's 18-16, I'm afraid.
Oh.
So that's his first miss. He can have up to 3, and then he concedes the frame. Right.
Red.
Back to the Reds. So, Sean has made at least 10 maximum breaks in tournament play.
At least 10. I mean, I believe that's. Oh, has he made 9? Oh, I'm going to go true.
Correct. Well done.
At least. It's very weird phrasing.
It is weird wording. 4. Okay. Colour?
Let's go brown. Let's work my way up.
Okay. Who beat Sean in his second World Championship final?
Oh, that was Stuart Bingham.
Oh, he's forgetting a final of Sean Murphy.
What?
2009.
Oh, God.
Wizard
oh, my
of
God.
Wishaw.
Oh, no.
Wizard of Wishaw, Tom.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Well, he's on his final chance. If you miss this time, Tom, that'll be the frame.
This is
I'll have to award it to your opponent. So, we're on 4 at the minute.
This is dreadful.
Right, question 4. Sean is a multiple winner of the Masters.
True.
Correct. 2015 and 2025.
Because of your T-shirt, Joe, you've reminded
Yes,
me.
I reminded you. Colour? Blue, is it?
Yeah, sadly.
In which year did Sean make his Crucible debut? I will give you a year either way. And let's make it interesting. If you get it spot on, I'll double the blue for you.
2000 quite sure it was that century.
2000 and 2000.
So yeah, the year 2000, famously. That's how magic he is. I'm going to go showing my work in. Obviously, he won it in 2005. He was 22, and if what did he do? Did he debut as a teenager? I'm guessing not. If the big thing about Moody was he's the youngest since Ronnie, I'm guessing it'd be unlikely he was 19 when he debuted. So I'm thinking 2004 or 2003. I'm going to go 2003.
Okay, I'll give you the 5 points. It was 2002. He must have been 19 when he.
Oh wow! Okay.
So there you go.
Well, that's a lucky. Joe's given me that. I fluked the blue there. I fluked it. I didn't mean to do that.
9. Right, back to the red. Okay. Sean has appeared in 6 World Championship finals.
False.
Correct. I think there might be 5, though. Is it 5? 2005, 2009, 2015, 2021. Okay, 4. So, yeah. Okay. Right, pick a colour. 10.
Oh God, pink.
Oh, he's going for the pink. This is a risky pink, this one. And I tell you what, Tom, these pockets are tight. Oh, well, more about Sean's Crucible debut. Who did he play?
Who would have been the seed around then? I mean, I can't possibly remember all 16 seeds. I'm going to just have to guess, I suppose. Stephen Hendry.
Correct. Well done.
Yes!
Correct.
Come on! Yes, I'm waving to the fans. I'm waving. I'm
He's doing the Smurf.
doing the Smurf 360 after that beautiful pink.
That was a good clutch answer. I did know that, actually. Apparently, I know a lot about Sean Murphy. Anyway,
we'll test that later, Joe.
Anyway, back to the Reds. Sean has also won the World Billiards Championship.
False.
Yes, that's false.
Come on.
So you're on 17. This to break the record.
What was the record?
19.
Well, I mean, I could go for a smaller one, but we all know I'm doing this pattern, and it worked with the pink and the lucky blue. So I'm going to have to go for the black, Joe. I'm going to have to do it.
Right then. So, as a boy, Sean practiced in a snooker club owned by which former player and ITV commentator of the 1980s?
ITV commentator? Neil Folds.
Well, again, guys, if you got this in the comments, you are snooker brainiacs, to say the least. It's rattled in the pocket, it's ran along the cushion, rattled in the other pocket, and the cue ball's got in top. Mark Wildman.
Who?
Yeah. Mark
No offense,
Wildman.
Mark, if you're listening, but, well, do you know what? I played like Murphy, the great entertainer, and I failed. And in a way, Isn't that
Well-
the perfect way of playing?
Tom Mayhew, 16.
Okay.
There you go. So that now puts you into, well, that is your second best score of your career. Doesn't quite beat your knowledge on John Higgins, or Big Hig, as Rob Walker called him today, apparently, to somebody. Big Hig.
He's not even big anymore. He lost all his weight because of his spinning classes.
So yeah. So currently, it's me leading the way on 19 with Mark Williams. You've got 17 with John Higgins, 16 with Sean Murphy. I got 14 with Ronnie O'Sullivan. And down in bottom spot is Tom's 12 points on the World Championship. So there you go. We will have more Quiz Wakeland for you tomorrow, but this time it's going to have a little twist. Which I'm looking forward to introducing Tom to that tomorrow. So there you go.
How exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Let us know how you did below if you were playing along at home. And don't cheat. Don't cheat. Be honest. That's what Sean Murphy would have wanted. You to be honest.
Well, I'm hoping that when Aidan gets his copy of the World Snooker Tour quiz book, he'll test himself as well and see what break he can get. So there you go. But any final words about day 3?
I hope that all the seeds go through.
Ooh.
Can you? Just because it would be history, even though it would mess up a lot of my predictions. But I just think it would be fascinating if it continued.
Well, I think Dennis would be going, "Can you get your breath, Hazel?" If that happened.
He said that many times to Hazel.
he has.
Just when she's looked at him across the winter gardens, and he's just there in his waistcoat, going, "Can you get your breath, Hazel?
Can you get your breath, Hazel?" Well, there you go. And on that note, we will be back tomorrow talking all things Judd Trump and the Rocket, and of course Smurf 360. So hope you enjoyed the snooker. Hope you enjoy all of the coverage around it, and we will see you tomorrow on the airwaves, bright and early at 9 o'clock. See you tomorrow.